The Council declared humanity weak and learned fear in one night. The marble halls of the Galactic Council echoed with the chittering laughter of the Zephyrian delegate as he concluded his address. His forearms gestured dismissively toward the Teo holographic display showing Earth's military capabilities. Honored Council members, Zektar's translator rendered his clicking speech into standard galactic. The species calling themselves humans possess technology barely beyond primitive fusion drives. Their largest vessels measure a mere 2 kilometers. They have no plasma shields, no quantum torpedoes, no dimensional weaponry. In short, they are utterly beneath our notice. Ambassador Sarah Chen sat motionless in the human delegation's modest section, her dark eyes fixed on the display. Around the vast chamber, representatives from 47 species nodded in agreement. The hulking Gorvani snorted through their trunk-like appendages. The crystalline ethereals chimed in harmonious dismissal. The humans, continued Zektar, his mandibles clicking with amusement, have submitted a request for membership in our council. I propose we instead offer them protectorate status under Zephyrian oversight. Their primitive world might serve as an adequate mining operation. Laughter rippled through the chamber. Ambassador Chen finally rose to her feet. Honored delegates, she began, her voice carrying clearly despite the lack of amplification. We appreciate your evaluation of humanity's capabilities. However, we must respectfully decline your generous offer of protectorate status. The ethereal representative's crystalline form shimmered. Then you accept the Council's assessment that humanity lacks the strength to stand among us as equals? Chen's lips curved into something that might have been a smile. Not exactly. We simply have a different definition of strength. Elaborate, demanded the massive Gorvani war chief, his trunk snorting dismissively. In 3 standard hours at 0800 Galactic Standard Time, we will provide a demonstration. I suggest you monitor your long-range sensors carefully. Chen gathered her datapad and moved toward the exit. This session is adjourned. The council chamber erupted in confused chatter as the human delegation departed. High Admiral Colthax of the Zephyrian Deep Fleet was reviewing mining quotas when his sensor officer's panicked report reached him. Sir, massive energy signatures appearing throughout the system. I count. Sir, this cannot be correct. Report properly, Lieutenant. 1,734 vessels, sir. They're massive. The smallest reads at 15 kilometers length. Colthax's 4 eyes focused on his displays with growing disbelief. Ships were materializing from hyperspace at the edge of the Galactic Council's home system. Ships that dwarfed even the Council's legendary dreadnoughts. Their hulls were smooth and dark, absorbing sensor pings like hungry voids. Origin? He demanded. Sol system, sir. They're human vessels. The bridge fell silent except for the hum of electronics. Colthax had been present at the morning's council session. He had laughed along with the others at humanity's primitive technology. Impossible. Our intelligence clearly showed... Sir. His communications officer interrupted, her voice tight with fear. We're receiving a transmission on all frequencies. It's the human ambassador. Ambassador Chen's image appeared on screens throughout the Zephyrian fleet and indeed throughout every ship in the Council's combined armadas. Her expression was pleasant, almost conversational. Greetings, Council members. I promised you a demonstration of human strength. What you see before you represents approximately 12% of humanity's active fleet. On Colthax's sensors, the human ships began moving with impossible precision, their formations flowing like liquid mercury through space. You see, Chen continued, when we first detected galactic civilization 40 years ago, we faced a choice. We could reveal ourselves immediately and request membership as the primitive species you believed us to be. Or we could wait, learn, and prepare. The human fleet suddenly accelerated, moving faster than anything Colthax had ever witnessed. They weren't using visible propulsion, no exhaust trails, no energy signatures. They simply moved, as if space itself bent to their will. We chose to prepare. We learned about your technologies, your weapons, your strategies. We learned about plasma shields, and developed quantum phase disruptors that render them useless. We learned about dimensional weaponry and created null space generators that collapse dimensional fields. We learned about your greatest warships and built vessels that make them look like children's toys. One of the human vessels, a sleek predator easily 25 kilometers long, glided past Colthax's flagship. His most powerful sensors barely detected it, as if it existed only partially in normal space. But most importantly, Chen said, her smile never wavering, we learned about council politics. We learned that strength is the only currency you truly respect. Throughout the chamber where the council had been hastily reconvened, delegates sat in stunned silence. The ethereal's crystalline forms had dimmed to barely visible whispers. The Gorvani warchief's trunk hung limp with shock. Now, Chen continued, humanity would still prefer to join the council as equals, contributing our knowledge and capabilities to the greater galactic community. However, if you maintain that we are too weak for membership, the human fleet suddenly stopped. In perfect unison, every ship's weapon systems powered up. The energy readings were unlike anything in the Council's databases, not plasma or particle beams, but something that made space itself shiver with potential violence. We are prepared to demonstrate that weakness and strength are indeed relative concepts. For 30 seconds that felt like hours. The galaxy held its breath. Then, slowly, the ancient presider of the Council rose from his throne. The Council recognizes the species known as humanity as a full member, with all rights and privileges thereto. His voice cracked like autumn leaves. Welcome to the Galactic Council. Ambassador Chen's smile widened genuinely for the first time. Thank you, we look forward to working with you all. The human fleet vanished as suddenly as it had appeared, leaving only empty space and the lingering memory of power that redefined what the galaxy thought possible. In the council chamber, 47 species sat in the darkness of their new understanding. Humanity had not been weak, they had been patient, and in a single night the balance of galactic power had shifted forever.